And we're live.
Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome back to Frigiphobia, the Neon Goblin run-through of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. My name is Morgan. I will be your DM this evening, and I am joined by my incredible cast of goblins. We've got Cabin.
Hey.
Chris. Griffin.
What's up?
Prescott.
Hello.
Alden.
Hello, everyone.
And James.
Ahoy, hoy.
Alden, don't act like you've never been that person.
I know.
I have definitely heard you say "what's up" at least like 3 times.
And not at the beginning of a D&D session. Really?
I've heard you say that more than once.
Oh, man. I'm sorry for being so drunk that I black out, guys.
Come on, man.
I
I need y'all to liven up and be hyped because this is going to be one hell of a session. But speaking of, before we get started with tonight's session, we want to thank our phenomenal friends over at Roll20 who are sponsoring us this evening. They are a system agnostic virtual tabletop that comes loaded with all sorts of tools and different shortcuts that make digital DMing and playing any game system effortless and full of fun. And if you have not used their system yet, you are missing out, because I gotta say, the game that I've got planned today, don't know how I'd run it digitally without them. So Roll20, we thank you greatly for your continued support, and I can't wait for y'all to see what we're doing with your awesome tools. But this adventure, notably, is a horror adventure. There may be some moments that are a little squirmy for some viewers. So if at any point you find yourself uncomfortable, take a minute away, get some drink, step outside. The players at the table know that they also have the luxury of just giving a flag if they ever need a quick break. But it is quite a horror adventure. And I've gotten some recent inspiration from Mr. James Baxter over the year, who in some other games has really been ramping up the horror factor. So I'm going to have to...
I didn't even do a trigger warning first.
Yeah, we're really bad.
Listen, I'm trying to be polite now, okay? So, to sort of set the scene going into tonight, who would like to do the recap from our last session?
I will take that bullet. I also did want to mention to Roll20 that you have taken up over 900 hours of my pandemic life. Wow. And I don't know how I would have gotten through this year, 2020, without you. So
I'm afraid to look at mine.
Yeah, how do you?
Yeah, me too.
I looked at mine the other day and I was like, oh no, because I never used Roll20 before the year 2020.
I'm checking.
All right.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Ooh, continue.
Yeah. Too many hours. Okay. But so last session we started out in a Durgar ship on the ferry or on the docks of East Haven. We had a very exciting battle with a couple of the Durgar. One of the things we had learned from previous episodes is they have the ability to enlarge. And we learned last week that they also have the ability to become very, very small, in which one of them jumped out of a hole on the ship and left, and it was very hard for us to find them once again. So we're learning more and more about these dreaded enemies. But so as we are fighting with the Durgar, we finally go back to Captain Arlagath, and she is not very happy because we did light the ship on fire?
No, the town got lit on fire by a fireball.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
there were several explosions.
Yes.
No one knows how it was started, though.
No,
Oh.
we don't have to worry about that part. But she was, she's not very happy about that. But
she got over it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. So as she's talking, she is giving us we looked through the ship. We found some bedrolls. We found a barrel of the Charlatan. And then we also started hearing about reports from Captain Arlagath of some celestial markings in the area. And then we learned more about Zadrock Sunblight, who is the leader of the Durgar, and he is the son of who is he? So he's the son of one of the
Zardarok is the leader
of
of
the
this
Durgar.
Durgar faction.
Mhm.
His son Dirth is the one that you sought out on the ferry in East Haven.
Dirth. So that's the name I don't have on there. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we gathered they had gathered crystal fragments from the town, and so we were trying to figure out why they were harvesting it. And then we found a charlatan amulet that we identified as like a dormant type of magic that was used as like a charm effect. And then we gave Ozzy some romantic advice with Captain Arlagaff, which wasn't very useful. But as we were learning more about the amulet, we found, so this is the part where I don't have any of the locations, but we found out that there is an army in the mountain where they are using the charlatan shards to forge a dragon heart.
Or dragon powered by a dragon heart.
But powered by a dragon heart. Okay. Yeah. And that's in Sunblight?
Mm-hmm.
From what you have gathered.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So then she gave she's very concerned about that. She's also very concerned about some Goliaths that are south of us, and they are potentially hurting she thinks they're going to hurt East Haven. So she gives us a case of bronze caps that we recovered from that crazy red wizard that we saw when we first got to East Haven, who was being burnt alive because he did bad things. And then and then she also gives us information about an ancient white dragon that is getting close to 10 towns, as well as the lost spire of Netherim, which is somewhere in Icewind Dale.
Nethril.
Say it again.
Nethril.
Oh, RYL. Okay, which is an old wizard's tower, but they think it still has some arcane energy, and the closest information we have about that are some nomadic people to the north who have been known to be a part of that. So that is my kind of chaotic notes from last week.
Yes.
There was a lot of stuff happened.
You take very good notes, Kristen. You really do.
You do.
That's good.
But I do have one correction to make.
Yes.
You said that you guys found an amulet, when in reality, I remember Wilhelm turning Ozzy upside down and shaking him until the amulet fell out of his pocket.
True.
Found on Ozzy's person.
Yes.
That might be my favorite returning plot point that we've encountered so far in the campaign. Is that Osborne genuinely forgot at some point that he had stolen that amulet.
He's got a lot of pockets, you know?
He wears cargo shorts.
Mm-hmm.
All the pockets.
Ooh.
This is my cargo
Well,
robe.
now I like it.
He's got a cargo robe, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Very
So
useful.
you all did return to the White Lady Inn, which is the slightly nicer bar that also has rooms available, unlike the Wet Trout, which is where you had befriended the Dragonborn barkeep. Captain Arlagath did meet you briefly. Following the day's events, kind of scolded Osborne for his somewhat liberal use of magic in her town. But it seems like you've sort of made peace with one another for the time being. And you all decided to get your night's rest in the rooms that were being paid for courtesy of East Haven as a thank you for your services in both rooting out the Durgar that had secretly taken up refuge on Scython's dormant ferry, as well as part of the thank you for the magical cauldron of plenty that you had recovered from a nearby hag's lair. an object that is undoubtedly going to be of great benefit to this town, which, like the rest of 10 towns, has been struggling since the rime of the Frost Maiden has continued to spread, laying waste to what little agricultural capability the settlements previously had, making trade routes virtually impassable, if not entirely so. They are very grateful that you were able to negotiate a deal over that object.
Magnanimously negotiate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Miserly.
Totally.
Really skin flint in it.
So you were all able to get your long rest, Zadrin having sort of circled back to the ferry in the night, not really uncovering any new information, no signs of the return of Dearth Sunblight, the Durgar that had managed to escape. Osborne, as you come to consciousness for the day, I need you to give me a D6 roll, please.
All right. Got a 6.
6. All right. Let's see which one that is. Okay, now roll a D100 for me.
Oh boy. 82.
82. Okay. So I believe Wilhelm and Osborne room together again.
Oh yes. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know how.
I mean,
hurt
that
are you?
depends. That depends on the DM. I mean, you said that he made peace with Captain Erlagath, but I mean, I guess that's one way to put it.
Skirt.
She would not be spending the night with you, Osborne,
Aw.
nor would you with her.
Oh,
Sorry to burst your bubble.
All right. Come on in here, little buddy. It's all right.
Wilhelm,
Yeah.
as you begin to rouse from the morning and stir your little cuddly goblin that usually huddles up to you for warmth, you notice him start to stir and awaken, and then he just goes perfectly rigid and is just staring into space.
One, Ozzy, are you all right?
Osborne, you are currently stunned.
that is one way to put it.
Let's see.
What can I do here?
The rest of you are also beginning to rouse in your other rooms, following your typical morning rituals.
Oh. Another great day.
All right. I will take my stunned companion and I will like scoop him up and be like, come on, buddy. Come on. And then like, I'll go over to my friends and be like, oh, help me. I am not a doctor.
You all see Wilhelm emerge from this room, sort of cradling Osborne, who isn't like rigor mortis type stiff, but he is definitely locked up and just staring into space, mouth slightly agape, showing his little goblin teeth.
Can I investigate his person to see if there's anything on him
Sure.
that was unusual?
Wilhelm, have you like poked him? And
No, I rolled a 2. So 6.
shaking him around by his shoulders, maybe?
You don't see anything off about him or anything strange.
How is his breathing? Like if I check his pulse and stuff, does it seem slower?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh yeah. Don't mind if I do. That is 20 dirty.
Nice.
Okay, with a 20, he's a little chill to the touch, but no more than anyone would be spending the night in an uncentral heated establishment in 10 towns. His muscles are definitely locked and spasming in places, and you can see that he has a slight bit of movement in his gaze, that he's sort of glancing about all of you as you approach, but he doesn't seem able to speak currently. And you can't see any medicinal reason why that would be.
Oh.
Is this magical or is this medical?
Let me detect magic.
Great. I couldn't tell from my initial investigation. I think we might need to see some sort of doctor in town.
If it is medical, I can help him.
Yeah, I didn't see anything
You
on him.
cast Detect Magic, Vulcan.
Yes, ma'am.
In Osborne's pocket is the amulet, and the
Do it.
previously dormant magic seems not so dormant at the moment.
Well, what do you
How
got?
did I
Vulcan?
miss that? Ah,
Well, it's the amulet, if I reckon, I guess.
Oh,
Does anyone have a handkerchief?
Oh yeah, I always have a handkerchief.
Oh,
Just,
Granny.
take
As
it.
Yeah.
Gran is digging this handkerchief out of her pocket, Osborne, you feel this sort of inexplicable physical paralysis release, and you are no longer stunned.
So, Osborne, what happened?
are you all right?
Do you remember anything?
No,
Well, that's not helpful.
Weird.
I remember. I mean, I remember a lot of things from last night, but
But how about
Uh,
right now while you were stunned?
how about
Uh,
you skip to the paralysis, Osborne?
but,
How
I
about you do
don't-
that?
Oh well, I couldn't move. That was distressing.
Good info. Good
Mhm.
info.
And then there you all were. So I don't know.
Yes, here we are.
So no visions or anything, because you did get this off the prophetic witch.
Yeah, I was
or
kinda-
cultist, yeah.
I was hoping for some visions or something.
No. Just
You hear a door slowly sort of creak open down the hall and see in a nightcap and sort of ruffled sleeping gown an older human woman that's also got a fur shrugged around her shoulders, peek her head out. It's early. What's all this racket?
Is it that early?
It's like 8 a.m.
All right,
Oh.
you should be up eating eggs or something.
That's the morning.
yeah.
Go downstairs and leave us be to sleep. Some of us need our beauty rest.
Oh, you're gonna need a couple of years, lady.
Oh, that's
Oh, even I have one charisma. No, that's wrong.
We'll
You hear some
I high five
Yeah.
Wilhelm.
Never, as the door shuts.
we should head down. Although,
Yes.
who is going to carry this amulet? Not I.
I got it. I got
Oh,
it.
all right. All right.
Well, it
Okay.
was in his pocket, so I doubt the layer of cloth will actually help.
Vulcan's our
Osborne?
magical item expert. I vote him.
True. Yes.
All right.
Osborne, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
All right. Oh, 15.
You really don't want to let go of that amulet. There's something to it. Yeah, it
No.
may be fucking with you a little bit,
You know, I
but
stole
there's
that.
a reason that you have it.
I took that fair and square. Maybe I should just hang on to it. You know.
What do you
What?
mean you
So
took
the-
it fair and square, Osborne? What do you mean by
Well,
that?
you didn't take it. I did.
Yeah, but what are we
So,
gonna
I mean,
do? Carry you around all
the-
day
the-
when you're stiff as a board?
The rule of finders keepers, losers weepers. You know. I mean, it's my amulet. You know. So.
Osborne, you woke up paralyzed. You froze.
Well,
you couldn't.
yeah, but I mean, it was cold. Maybe it was just Wilhelm
Hey,
didn't. It wasn't as
we'll
warm
say,
last night as he.
how
sometimes
about
I
is.
don't. I
I'm
don't
gonna
need to use my insight skill to know that you don't believe that.
I'm gonna take my handkerchief and my I guess I'll take my quarterstaff, not my cool staff, my regular quarterstaff, and I'm gonna
Make a
ask
bindle.
Griffin, could I, or not Griffin, Logan, could I take that amulet, please?
Sure.
Okay,
I can
Osborne's
just-
the one that currently has it.
oh, he never actually took it. Okay.
Osborne, here's what we'll do. We'll put it in the handkerchief, and I'll tie it
Uh-huh.
around. I'll tie it around the quarterstaff, so it's one of
Uh-huh.
those bags, like when you are running away as a child, and you take the stick
Bindle.
and you tie the handkerchief, so it's not actually touching you. Maybe it'll help a little, and then you can still keep it.
I do have
That's
an
why you've
extra
gotta keep it on your
dimensional
person.
backpack.
I vote extra dimensional.
May I divine sense this amulet right now?
Divine sense, sure. Read me the specifics of that.
Presence of strong evil registers on your senses with like a noxious odor, and a powerful good rings like heavenly music. You can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead that's not behind you. You know the type. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated, desecrated, as with the Hallow spell.
This object is desecrated.
All right, listen. Okay,
This is
look,
a desecrated object, my friend. A curse is upon you.
Look, there's no proof that the amulet had anything to do with me having a bad morning. Like, you've never had a bad morning before, you know?
I have never been paralyzed.
I'll just hold on to it, and if I go stiff
Only
as a
dead.
board again, I owe you a Coke. What do you think?
What's the Coke?
What is a Coke?
It's a figure of
Osborne.
speech.
I have
It's a
I have
wording
a
thing.
I have a counterpoint that I think might you might want to consider.
Yes.
What if we're in the middle of a pitched battle
Yes.
and there's something you really, really need to set on fire and explode? We're desperately in need of you to burn something to the ground, Osborne, and suddenly you freeze up. What if that happens? Then you won't be able to burn it.
Well, I mean,
Where
don't
will
know
we
that
be
it was
then?
Suddenly, it could be like a, every now and then sort of.
I'll
thing.
allow you to roll a new wisdom saving throw from that.
Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's appealing to Osborne's inner
All right.
Inner chaos.
wildness.
I got another 15.
Uh.
I have
He's
a plus
got a
0 to
point,
that.
but this amulet, there's something there. There's something
No,
there.
listen,
And
I
it's
think-
worth noting, Gran, he wasn't wearing the amulet. It was in a pocket. It was not touching his person.
Look, I think it's fine. All right. Look, yeah,
I will
look.
say,
If I go stiff again, just take it away again. It's not a big deal.
All right.
yeah, I
Next
will
time-
say that if of any of us to go stiff and need to be carried, Osborne's the easiest to carry.
I am the smallest. That's true. We don't want to be carrying Wilhelm around, now do we?
I just think that it's maybe not a good idea.
I could put it in a bag.
I don't even have armor or anything.
It
What
goes
do I-
to another plane of existence. It would just be out of everybody's hands.
I mean, I probably only weigh like 35 pounds.
That's
Less.
definitely much less than you weigh, Osborne.
Yes.
That is for sure.
Hopefully that's less than you weigh.
You are much less than 35
Well,
pounds.
either way, we should really be heading downstairs. Us old ladies need our beauty sleep. You don't stay this
Yes, let's
beautiful
get
while
out of the way.
I
Let's
squint
not
at you,
disturb
Gran,
anyone.
and he goes, Gran, you do not need any more beauty sleep. You look at these." And he goes downstairs.
Ran, your scales shine like the snow at night. It's beautiful.
And that's
Glistening
because
in the
I didn't
moonlight.
have youngins keeping me awake.
And I'll be-
Okay. You all make your way downstairs. Bardavan, the sort of gruff, grumpy human barkeep, is there currently sort of puffing on what looks like a very shoddily rolled cigar, and he sort of gives you a sidelong glance as you enter and makes his way from behind the bar into the back room where you can smell the sense of a general breakfast being prepared. You gather about any of the number of vacant tables, as it seems you are the first risers of the tenants for the morning, and are promptly provided the paid for breakfast of hot porridge, some sort of dried salted fish that is likely the knucklehead trout that's one of the staples of the area, and warm dark liquid served in a mug that not all of you would have had before. Maybe Osborne would be familiar with this, maybe Vulcan, certainly Rayston. You're given coffee this morning.
Oh, I quite like coffee.
Quite bitter.
Big fan.
Yes.
But your meal is paid for. Is there anything you would like to do or discuss during your morning breaking of fast?
How's the Shringa doing there?
Wasted.
Royston, yeah, I was going to say Royston. I was like,
you know, I've been playing with it and talking to it at night, and making sure it's still there in the morning. It's in my backpack right now. Messing with my clothes, probably. Definitely, I think that, you know, we don't want to risk it getting bored and wandering off, so probably.
Yes. And we had other quests to go to the meter, so we could do that on the way.
Yeah,
Well,
swing around
to the
west and head south.
Yeah.
A little
Use the
out of our
roads.
way, but, you know.
Just a little, yeah.
I mean, Burn Chandler's all on the main roads, so
The travel will be quicker than through the wilderness entirely.
I certainly vote for main road if we're choosing routes.
yes.
You do have a dog sled here and a single dog that you
Also, we have a
had
dog sled
boarded.
and one dog.
Yeah. And then we have 2 dogs for a few hours each day.
So it is a 7.5-hour trip if uninterrupted on foot, which means you would make it on dog sled in about 4 hours if uninterrupted. So any final preparations that you want to make before departing East Haven?
I got plenty of arrows and rations.
Ew, actually.
Sunken treasure.
Oh, we could go try it. You go ahead.
I would like to do that when we don't have to deal with ice on the lakes.
So
Ice makes it even easier,
Years from now, what are
because
you
you can
talking
just
about?
stand
Or
on
from
it.
like, you know, when Aurel's taken care of.
Okay,
And
so you
things
really
fall
just
out,
don't, you
yeah.
just don't want to do it. Got it.
I
Not
just
on
don't
this
wanna
adventure.
do it.
Got it. Ever.
You just don't want
Got
to do it.
Vulcan, I want to circle back to what you said, in that ice makes it easier because you can stand on
You
it.
can stand on the. So you can stand on the ice, right? And then you
Right?
But
just
remember,
walk
not all the
out
lake was
to the
full.
treasure,
Yeah.
and then
Which
you
is
cut a hole.
under, it's down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you cut a. Then you, when you're over the treasure, you cut a hole, and then you
So
go
how
in.
would you know where to cut the hole, I think, is where my objection
Yes.
to this whole operation
And how about hypothermia
fits.
once you get into the cold frigid
Yes,
water?
do we have a way to protect ourselves from extreme cold? A way to get through the water without drowning? And a way
Vulcan, do you
to
think that
locate
you
the
would get
object?
Do you think that you would get hypothermia? I know you're made of fire to some extent.
Hard to say. Never tried
Maybe
getting
more
hypothermia
vulnerable,
before.
maybe less.
That's a new one.
It sounds like maybe we need more resources to collect this thing.
And that's why I said we should take care of this more pressing issue first. And
I just don't want to do it.
Till after Oral's
powerful
taken
level.
care
You just
of.
don't want
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we're
Vulcan,
definitely gonna come
Money's
back.
not my biggest concern.
you and I are the only ones that can even breathe underwater.
You can breathe underwater, Grady.
Well, if I turn into an
Something
animal
like
of my
that.
choosing.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, Gran could just be a
fish.
trout.
No, you got to be a
Knuckleheaded
bigger
trout.
fish so you can grab the treasure.
Knucklehead trout,
Arvin
from what
comes
we've
by your
seen.
table and reaches over your shoulder, Vulcan, to sort of top off your coffee and grumbles sort of quietly, like he doesn't want anyone else to hear, but there's no one else down here except your table. Did I hear you saying something about the treasure at the bottom of Lac Dinashir?
Oh yeah, I want to go get it.
We're a salvage company.
You seen that that halfling fella that hangs out around here, the sort of flippant fop like one,
Yeah.
Ronaldo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He looks flippant.
Well, he held a seance here just a few days ago, and the spirit that came to him was none other than the very wife of the man that sunk that treasure. And she
How
said,
did we miss that?
You
What
were
did she say?
elsewhere? She said that anyone that seeks it out need only walk out onto the ice and call her name 3 times and promise her their love.
Why didn't
knew it.
anyone else do it already?
I knew it. It was just as easy as just walking out on the ice.
Yeah, you totally mentioned the complication of having to get engaged to a ghost. That's definitely a thing that you said.
Yes.
Hey, let's
Minor
not kink
setback.
shame, man.
You were
Look,
planning
all
to
right.
do it.
Minor
Right.
setback. We just
And
get
I
the
would
zombie
definitely
to
want to
do
put
it,
that
and then
ghost
we're
to
good as
rest.
gravy.
Yeah.
Well, if it's that easy, why didn't you do it?
Because I don't want to go messing with ghosts.
Yeah.
Ronaldo was a
Convenient.
fool
He's a
enough to
smart man.
summon her.
What
He's
was
been sick ever since.
He's
What,
been
um,
sick.
what was her name again? The that Ronaldo was seeking. What name do we say 3 times?
Her name is Mirabelle.
Sorry, one more time.
No, do not do that.
That was good. That was really good.
Mirabelle.
Oh, one more time.
No.
Okay, no, I'm sorry.
Not in the tavern.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay. We almost got him. Oh.
I may not be smart, but I ain't stupid.
Does that name
Sure.
sound familiar to anyone else?
Kind of like
I've
Annabelle.
heard that before.
Yeah.
No.
Give me Gran and Wilhelm. Both of you give me history checks.
History check. Here it comes. Oh, -1.
God, I was not expecting to have to pull this page up. All right. Hold on.
Another tab.
21.
Natural 19 for an 18.
Oh,
So you did way better, Gran.
we still did good.
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah.
What'd you get? 18. Okay.
And a 21 for
And a
Gran.
21.
Jeez. All right.
Which makes sense because Gran's an old lady. She'd know more about this than me.
So you remember, you have heard over the years, as this legend predates both of you, that there was a very well-to-do lord who was one of these sort of founding fathers, if you will, of 10 towns, and that he sort of built a very strong presence for himself here on the edge of the lake and had sort of a shipping company and built a pretty sizable fortune. However, with all of this power, he began to lose sight of himself. And one day his true love, his wife of many years, discovered that he had been cheating on her with a mistress. In a rage, she, according to the legend, slew the mistress, burned down their family home, and loaded all of the treasure from the vault into a ship that she attempted to cross the frozen lake with. It wouldn't have been as frozen at that point in time, but that something happened that sank the vessel. Some people say that the husband had survived her attempt to burn him alive in the manor and chased after her, sinking both of their vessels in the ensuing conflict on the water. Some of them say that his ghost actually pursued her and sunk her vessel there. But the consistency throughout is that she is now a restless spirit who will remain so until someone deserving of her love reclaims that which she had stolen.
I like it.
So you guys knew that legend before now, or just remembered it? or-
I didn't put two and two together. I thought this was Hag's treasure. You know?
Oh, okay.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
I also thought it was the hag's treasure. And, I always really kind of respected that, Mirabelle.
All righty, Granny. Don't mess with Granny, everyone.
The 9 hells hath no fury.
So
It would be nice to
I
put
do
the
want to
spirits to
clarify
rest.
something just from my own edification. This Mirabelle ghost woman, she murdered both the husband and the mistress? Just the
Allegedly.
mistress?
Both of them.
Okay.
The legend, some tellings say both, some say just the mistress and the husband got out.
All right. Well, I think that it's a great idea to go out onto a frozen lake and summon a homicidal ghost. For a starter, before we go on a big trip.
I
That's
nominate
definitely a thing.
nominate Royston.
I also nominate
I think you're the
Osborne.
perfect man for.
because he's the lover of the group.
No,
He
that's
is the
not
lover of the
true.
group.
You are the lover of the
I
group,
already have a girlfriend, thank you.
Now that
but you don't have a wife.
I
Well, that
know
was
this is
the problem
Mirabelle's,
with the last. Yeah.
I almost want to do it myself. No, we have to focus. We have other things.
I can only promise the guidance of the Raven Queen to a better life.
Listen, you guys, I am as big on cash as anybody can be, I think. Without being, a bad person, debatably, I guess. But this is a distraction. I mean, this can keep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Exactly.
waterlogged chest at the bottom of a frozen lake.
Look, that
Like a
halfling
literal-
told the whole town how to get
We've
the
got
treasure.
a literal localized apocalypse on our hands.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've
saying.
seen anybody else wandering
just saying,
around
what's-
saving the towns.
Anyone in the town could just come out here and get the treasure.
I think
And
we
they
just need
haven't-
to take a breather. It's like a palate cleanser. You know what I mean?
Like I know that I've been talking about how we're like a salvage company, which I still do think is a good.
That's a good
I mean,
analogy. Yeah.
I want to go legit a little bit here, but like salvaging does take a pretty distant second in my book to doing hero things.
What hero things do you want to do right away?
Like save the towns. There's guys,
Yes, the
there's a
endless
giant
winter
Charlatan dragon. The
and the Charlatan
Dwergar
dragon.
that do we remember that?
Yeah, we were
remember
also warned we
him
shouldn't go straight there.
threatening
I mean,
Charlatan
like,
dragon?
Yeah.
I think
It rings
by
a
the
bell.
prophecy that we were given, we would totally die if we went straight there.
Yes.
Well, we're not going straight there, but like that's
It seems scary,
Yeah.
it feels like we're losing track a little bit.
and I just
We know at some point we'll come back to East Haven and maybe I'll finally find someone to love and you guys can have some treasure. And for now, we'll just head to Brun Chandler. We all have food, yes?
Yes.
And then I'm gonna just turn into a wolf and just boop, boop, boop,
They
boop,
have
head
a-
outside.
yeah, I guess that's
Y'all
that.
didn't actually get to see the seance, but it's got some really fucking cool artwork, so I wanted to show you guys that.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's pretty great.
Ooh.
Invisible dwarves. Oh god. what
She
is
was
that?
warning us. We already know she's legit enough to tell us about the Duragar. I feel like she's not lying about what she wants us to do.
That seems true.
This route is
honest.
too circuitous, too out of the way.
Oh shit! Look at that dog.
Oh my god! They're gonna pet that dog.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, this route is too out of the way. I suppose, even though we're right here, we'll just come back to it later. Then
We're gonna forget about it.
I know.
We're never gonna
Well,
do it.
Just
If
get-
only some of y'all took notes.
yeah, just take some real big notes.
Mhm.
I have notes. We got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, I'm
Now that
definitely
I
gonna
know
find
it's-
this page later after I've transferred
Never
it to my
gonna
new
come back
notebook.
here.
yeah.
And we're
Put it
I don't
like
know.
on your character sheet, like by some of your attacks, so you always see the sunken treasure there when you go.
Plus,
to
I have
what
a
you can do.
I have a separate section in my notes for lore. So obviously Mirabelle is gonna go in there. So we'll remember.
And I
Plus, it's my hero.
yes,
my
and I
childhood.
would
Well,
want to
write
put this
down
to
as
rest,
much as
yeah.
you can because they don't really give her backstory, so all of that was made up, and I'm probably not going to remember all of it.
Oh, okay, got it. We got it.
Bravo, Morgan.
Got it.
Got
Bravo.
all of it.
Well, it's recorded down in history.
Yeah.
That is true. I can always just VOD it. Okay, so Gran is a wolf, and you are headed to Bryn Chander. Is that right?
Yep.
Mhm.
We're
Yep.
leaving it behind.
Alrighty then.
For now.
Let me pull up
For
the
now.
Wilderness Encounters table. Okay. As you are on the road headed to Bryn Chander from East Haven, Gran, you're the wolf. Why don't you roll me a d8?
Oh,
Don't get an 8.
I got a 3.
3. You don't say. All right. Now roll me a d20.
Oh man.
What is it, Granny? Is little Timmy stuck in a well?
What is it?
10. Oh god. Yeah.
I think you did this last time too. Okay.
Was this the dragon again?
All right.
Thanks.
So
Thanks, Gran.
you load all your supplies onto the sled. Granny harnesses up next to the other sled dog that you had procured. You have a little bit of extra coin to your name, courtesy of East Haven, some extra supplies as well. And you set out on the road. Are you taking the east way to directly to Bryn Chander, or are you trying to stay off the road or anything like that?
East way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get about 3 hours into your journey, feeling like you're making really good time. You're nearing Bryn Chander. It's a very clear day, bright and sunny, almost to the point where you find yourself sort of blinking against snow blindness. The other dog is not tiring. Gran, how long do you have on your wild shapes?
I have a number I should have memorized by now. 2 hours.
So you're in your
2
second
hours.
wild shape at this point.
Yep.
Okay.
If you're using it.
Mm-hmm. I might as
Oh,
well.
Oh, I think I accidentally deleted this before. Let me pull it back in. So you are making good time. The snow sort of whipping at your faces, stinging almost to the point of frostbite, and you have to bundle up against it, especially traveling at speed as you are on the dog sled. When you see a small group of clustered humanoids on the road ahead of you coming in your direction. Do you see their silhouettes from a distance? Is there anything you would like to do?
I don't think we have any reason to be cautious yet, so
I mean, we're on a main road.
Yeah.
to be cautious. We are literally.
Well, yeah, but
whatever.
we're on a main
my
road.
character
You
does
know,
not have a
an
reason to
ice
be
wind
cautious.
gale rhyme with a
But
frost
I,
wind.
the player, really knows that this is gonna end up in a combat.
We are wandering
Yeah,
through Icewind
you.
Dale.
That'll be fine.
We're on
We'll
the
be
main
fine.
roads, aren't we?
Frostmaiden.
People are
Yeah.
using
Yeah, we're on the main
People
road.
just throw
Yeah,
shit
we're
at
right
you.
We're on the main road.
Definitely, if
people.
there were to
Sadrin.
be bandits, they would not
Yes.
go on the
Presumably.
main road.
With
That's a
your
great
passive
point.
perception, and I think that holds over to wild shape, so Gran, you as well,
Yeah.
would see that this group has a cart that is being pulled by a very sort of thick, shaggy furred mule, and that there is one individual sort of ushering the cart and 2 more moving alongside it at speed. They seem to be sprinting as the mule is in a all-out dash, and they are rapidly coming towards you, and you begin to hear sort of muffled, you can't make out the words, but elevated shouted tones coming from this group.
All right. I will pull out my bow and arrow and prepare to hail them down and get information from it as they go running past or into earshot.
Okay. As you do, you all sort of come to a stop with Zadran's pointing out this odd sight. You all begin to hear
Yes. It's
and watch as swooping out of the low, foggy clouds that persistently hang over the snowy landscape, a massive winged form, one that you have seen before.
Yeah.
An ancient white dragon with a bronze saddle, rider strapped in, dives from the cloud cover, swoops down with massive talons, and in one claw grasps the cart, the other the mule, and with its back talons grabbing the 2 individuals that were alongside, sweeping in a massive downward plummet, grabs the entire band of travelers from the road in front of you. You hear blood-curdling screams echo on the wind and the braying of this panicked animal. And as you watch Arvea Turris take her quarry towards whatever site she will feast upon.
See, those people were totally fine.
Can I?
I
take
start
as,
praying for their safe passage into the afterlife.
Can I take as close a look at that dragon as I can as it's nearby?
And the
Give me a
rider.
perception check.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not much strong.
Yeah.
Ooh, 17.
17. Okay. Anyone else?
I would like
all?
to get you mentioned the rider this time, I think, unlike last time. So I'd like to
Yeah,
take a
you
look
couldn't
at that.
see her back before.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Let's
see
see.
it.
And this is my favorite terrain.
Oh,
So
there
that
we
will
go.
be
Yeah, it is.
a 22.
22. Okay. 17, Osborne, you can see that this is possibly the largest living creature you have ever seen. Her form ripples with muscle that is apparent even under the thick, scaly, almost glacial white hide. The rider, as you turn your attention to them, seems to move slightly strangely, very stiff in the saddle, but remains seated through all of this, even as the dragon flies away with its quarry. Zadran, taking a very keen look with your enhanced elven vision, the rider doesn't seem to move or react. It doesn't sort of lean to counter the momentum of the creature moving below it. The rider seems unresponsive.
There's something very not right. Hopefully, undead are not at play. And yeah, that rider was not alive controlling that dragon.
You continue to hear quickly receding but still auditory screams, one of which is cut abruptly short before you hear echoing for what has to be miles the huge, deep, guttural bray of this dragon's roar. And you see, sort of piercing the cloud cover about a quarter mile away from you, a fresh flurry of snowfall.
Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Yes. I will continue praying for their safe passage into the afterlife.
Probably fitting.
Yeah.
So, in case anyone is wondering, I actually have 2 lists of mysteries. I have a list of mysteries I'm interested in and want to solve, and I have a list of mysteries that I want to stay as far away from as possible. And right now, the Dragon's Rider is on the 2nd list of mysteries.
Agreed.
Appropriately.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we ever name our actual wolf?
I was thinking that. I don't think we did.
Oh, okay.
Would you
Are
like
you
to?
guys? Sorry, are you guys talking about Tim?
Yes,
Timothy, a strong name.
Definitely a dog name. Well, me and Timothy, after seeing this, we're both kind of just whining in the front and like stirring and kind of like trying to pull you guys away, like your tension away from.
Yeah, I absolutely.
I come
All
back
right,
to
Timothy, let's go.
I think it's a pretty solid consensus that the group of you begin to mush once more down the road. Nothing further accosts you on your path to Bryn Shander. You find yourself nearing the almost perfectly circular town that you had first come together in as a group, the walled settlement. Let me put you here. And you find yourself passing through a different gate this time than the one you initially had. You came from the South Road when you first arrived on your convoy from the Spine Mountains. Now you enter through the East Gate and see the same sight as before, milling individuals throughout the town, the sort of ill-kempt heraldry that hangs here and there, construction of these buildings that is very obviously turned to slow, steady dilapidation as the rime has continued and prevented a steady supply of fresh lumber to upkeep them. What would you like to do?
Well, let's head back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was here and not Targus, right? That we ran into her.
Yeah, it was Bryn Shander.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Okay. So the North Look is the inn and tavern that you had previously patronized here. It is the one that is has the proprietor, very obvious ex-mercenary Scramsax.
Shax. I have that written down in my notes.
Impressive. All right. So you make your way to the North Look. You arrive here. You got a pretty early start. So at this point, it's early afternoon, between 1 and 2 o'clock.
So late lunch.
You see Old Bitey, the massive mounted knucklehead trout on the wall.
Okay, that's what my notes are for this. Okay.
Gran, you recalled a rumor about Old Bitey. Do you remember what it was?
I'm literally looking for that in my notes right now.
Well, you will likely remember as when all of you enter, this massive, heavily scarred, red-backed fish seems to animate a little bit. Its tail fin and head sort of turning up off of the plaque to look at you, and it begins to sing.
Oh, yeah.
There's the place I like to go, farther up the river's flow. Where it is, I do not know. Must be under all that snow. And then it goes back to its dormant position, lying flat on the plaque. No one else within the inn or tavern seems particularly surprised by this. You all see Scramsax, who is standing behind the bar, sort of polishing out a tankard with a questionably colored rag, glance towards the fish and then glance towards you as you're entering. roll his eyes and go back to his job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aw, come on, Scram Sacks. Don't be like that. It's been too long.
Yes.
Don't be like what?
You know what
just
you're doing.
That's just his face.
You got a problem with my face?
No. Unless you're
Good.
making a face, then that's not a problem anyway. We're friends.
Is
Rayston,
Darcy?
are you in your changeling facade or wearing your usual human persona?
Whenever I'm in a town or anything, I'm doing the same. Don't act weird about the way I look.
Human facade.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Have you seen?
I mostly stay in that mode.
Have you
What's
seen
that?
Darcia's gray seal recently?
Oh,
Darcia Gray Seal? You know, half elf
Danica.
woman. About
Danica.
yay high.
Danica Greysteel.
Well, not according to my recollection,
Ooh,
but
that was really
sounds-
bad notes then, Grant.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're looking for
called-
Danica.
It's called autocorrect, guys.
Oh, you gotta stop typing them. You gotta write them.
I know.
She comes in probably 2 or 3 times a week. Why? You looking for her for any particular reason?
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
wonderful.
we had a task that she wanted done, and we want to report back to her about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, she's got a building that she's renting out for whatever her weird musings are. Head out onto the main road, 2 blocks down, 1 block over, half a block back up.
All right.
Thank you.
You can't miss it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Scram Sacks.
That's a hell of a
Okay.
name
We
right
go
there.
2 blocks up, 1 block over, half a block back.
You follow his directions further into Bryn Chander. None of these buildings have plaques or anything on the wall. None of them have signage. None of the doors are open. And there is no identifying features to any of them.
Welcoming place.
Yes. Should we just pick one and knock?
We should all split up.
That's good.
Oh,
idea.
Half a block
And all
back
knocked
up.
at once? Yes.
And all
There's
knock, yeah.
4 doors you can choose from.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 on either side of the road, one of which is a 2-story building that seems slightly more well-kept than the others.
Not that
The
one.
other are all 1 story, the same kind of architecture. 2 of them have the heraldry of the town. Another has what looks like it would be an iron post to hang something like that from, but it's currently blank.
I go to the nicest building, the one that you said was the nicest, I think.
Most upkept.
And I knock on the door.
Okay. Moment passes. You don't hear anything inside. No one comes to the door.
It's not this one,
Zadrin.
my friends.
I'll take
You
the other,
notice.
other door.
Zadrin, you notice a
Mhm.
slight glimpse of movement in one of the upper level windows. They're sort of frosted over, and there's an additional layer of grime that seems to have built up on this higher level that's harder to clean. But you see just a sliver of a dark gray face and a very pale purple eye, a wisp of silvery hair. And as soon as this eye meets your gaze and notices that you've spied it, it ducks around and
Okay.
disappears back inside.
I remember Miss Grayskull being an artificer. Do we remember what race she was?
Half elf.
Elf.
Half elf.
You know, Wilhelm,
Yes.
if no one's home, it would be easy to go inside.
If someone's
and
home.
Oh, that's not allowed.
Someone is
get
home.
out of
Oh,
the-
so someone is home, my
Get out
friend.
of the
Don't
door.
do it. No, no,
Why?
no,
It's just not just a full elf of it looks like.
Well, then what is it? I'm not a full
drow?
elf either.
I think it's a drow. And
Well, Danica is not one of those.
yes.
Yeah,
So
this is the
let's
wrong
go
house.
somewhere else.
Yes.
Let's knock on one of the other doors.
So there's the building next to
Mhm.
it that has the empty spot for heraldry, or the two across the street.
I'll take the
Let's
one
take
next.
on- yeah.
I go.
Which
on
one?
this side of the street.
Just the one heraldry one.
Got the heraldry one. I go. Danica.
The one, okay. You knock on the door and you hear a sort of shit, and some clanking of what seems to be glass, maybe metal, tinking together within, and then
Yeah,
some
there's-
shuffling, a couple of bumps, and then opening the door, you see Danica Greysteel, who has currently got a pair
Bottom
of
one.
strange bifocal goggles that have tons of different lenses that are sort of pushed back on her head. She wears an apron that's got stains of all sorts of different colors here and there, and is currently pulling off a pair of elbow-length gloves as she greets all of you. Oh, hi. Well, hi. Welcome back. I didn't invite you in, but it's and she sort of steps out on the landing and pulls the door a little bit closed behind her. It's kind of a mess. Did you find one? Did you find a Tringa?
Yeah, we found a Twinga.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Oh, we found it.
Yeah. What were you doing in there? That
Oh, you tinkering, researching, just messing with
Collapse.
different things.
okay?
You're not gonna hurt the Schwinger, right?
Oh no, I could never.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So I pull off my backpack and
Yeah,
I-
my insight check is way too
open it.
low for that.
I wave my finger around in there, so
Okay.
that
Currently sort of laying on its back in like a hammock position, looking slightly plumper than when it first joined you, is this little elemental. It's currently sort of fiddling with a very shiny button from your fine clothes.
hey bud, we got a lady here wants to meet you. So if you want to come out and see her,
It sort of looks at the button, looks at you, looks at the button. Pops it off with its mouth and then reaches up to you.
okay. Here he is. He's
Okay. It's like the size of a baby doll. And as you sort of hoist it out of your bag, you see Danica just go wide-eyed, huge grin spread across her face. She drops the gloves and just immediately begins, oh my gosh, it's so cute.
don't
She
freak out.
drops to-
Don't freak out.
Okay, sorry. Hi.
Do you have
She
anything
slowly sort of
shiny?
reaches-
Or worth a lot of money?
It
It
I
likes
like
shiny things.
like that.
She reaches into sort of the folds of the loose cloak that she wears and pulls forth a very shiny, empty glass vial. Like this?
I don't know.
The
Is it-
twing
is
immediately
that-
sort of tilts its head.
You want to see it? Here. She's-
Oh, well. The Twinga has no interest in her whatsoever. It immediately goes for the vial, spits the button out, begins tinking them together, just
I take-
seeing what different sounds it can make. And she's just watching enraptured. Oh my gosh, you're so cool. I'm going to learn so much from you. And then I'm going to write a paper, and then I'm going to tell those professors that I know what I was talking about and that these elementals are useful and they are intelligent, and we can probably use them to figure out what's going on with all this snow. Wow. Thank
Well,
you so much.
Oh,
yeah,
do you want
best
your
of luck
lantern
with
back?
that.
Oh, I mean, I really only made it to find these guys. I guess you can keep it.
Why, thank
Sure,
you.
yeah.
Cool.
And I had promised you some gold too, right?
Yes.
A little bit of it.
Yes, please.
Right here. And she shoulders back into the door, Twinga in tow, and you can sort of see through the dim light, the light difference between bright light out here and very low illumination in there makes it hard. But Zadrin and Gran, you both see that she sets the Twinga down and it immediately takes off towards the back of the room. And you see her just sort of, oh, coin. She jogs back to the front door and shoves a coin purse into your hand, Rayston. I think we just said 25 to begin with, but I mean, it's obviously super happy and really well fed, and it's going to be a great study subject. So I think there's some extra in there. Just keep it, okay? And then she
Okay. I have
backs
some
back
tips.
into the door, slams it in your face.
Okay.
And you hear muffled from within, "Oh, no, don't touch that. Don't touch that."
She's not gonna do. She is. Oh boy.
Oh, it's going to be glorious, my friend.
All right. Well,
So how much
Let's
is
go.
in
How
there?
much is it? And let's divide it up as we.
yeah, we should
go away.
actually here. I'm gonna open it up.
Tell you what, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Each of you roll me a d6. And put your result in chat for me. So 30, you get a total of 33 gold pieces.
So everyone gets 5 and some change.
All right. I rolled a 1. So put that in there.
Is that right? Hold on. 5, 10, 11, 13,
Yeah.
17. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be 5 gold and 5 silver, I think.
Okay. So that's one loose end finally tied up.
We
Love
did
to
it.
see it.
And now we're level 6. Awesome.
You are in Bryn Shander, one of the largest.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, you're
fine.
still here.
Yeah, you're still. We might be frozen for her.
Yeah, but
Oh.
we can all.
Oh, she just
Oh,
froze for
yeah.
us.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's gone.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh
now
no,
you're
she's still
back.
there.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, y'all are all.
Are you back?
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Technology.
Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
should be good
we're
then.
good. We're good.
Y'all were all like frozen and robot talking for a second.
Okay.
No, you were frozen.
So
Mm.
you're in Bryn Shander, which is one of the largest of the settlements of Tin Town. It's also one of the southernmost. I'll put you back on the big map real quick just so you can see. Is there anything else that you want to accomplish here? Again, it is still early afternoon. And this is the rough area. No, not that. Where the meteor fell.
Yes.
And then you have the map that was recovered from Dearth that seems to have a more localized position marked on it. Oop, as I accidentally move it. Oh no. There we go.
I want to make sure my timing is right. The last time we were in Bryn Chandler was episode 2. It's now episode 16. We haven't done a long rest every episode, so I assume it's been 2 weeks-ish since the last time we were here.
Ish, maybe slightly under.
Okay, great. Just wondering if, they're going to pull my name out of a hat again at the end
Oh, yeah.
of the
Yeah,
month.
no, it's not sacrifice time yet.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Okay, great.
You have supplies. Is there anything else you want to do before heading out of Bryn Chandler? Well, this is a good spot to take a break anyway. So we will take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, hang out with us in chat, ask any questions that y'all have about the campaign so far, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks. And y'all can figure out what you want to do.
Oof. Well, yeah. Well, I can
think we're-
protect protection from good and evil, but it's the material costs are a little too much.
I think we're just heading south, right?
Yeah. Head
Yeah.
south. All right.
On the road. Yeah. How long should that trip be? Should we get more rations, or because I only have 10 days worth of rations, which
It's a good
seem like it should
question.
be.
Let me see.
Holy
You
War is
guys
25
are
gold
copy
pieces,
this?
and I do not have that. Oh, how much gold did we get from?
How much gold did we
Hey,
get from
James says we're not muted, everyone. So just mute
Uh,
yourself on your break. It's
Oh,
just
jeez. Great job.
Okay.
But yeah,
How much gold did you get from who?
From the cauldron.
Cauldron. Yeah, I
We
forgot what we
we never
said.
divvied it up because we were busy
We
making
didn't
fun
divvy
of
it up.
Rayston.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't when I was taking good notes.
300 gold pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
So
you
Plus,
50
you got to keep the pearl that was used for identify.
Yeah.
And I don't always write down that stuff. So next
Yeah.
time, write it down for me if you can. Just
So,
because I don't want y'all to lose out on
3,
assets.
6 waves,
50 each.
50 each.
Hmm.
Oh, swimming in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right,
burn a
I'm
hole
gonna
in my
mute.
pocket.
And listen to this badass pending music from Autumn Orange.
All right.
Mm,
Well,
oh,
mute.
nice. Autumn Orange does the songs.
Tough one.
By the way, Warlock patron idea.
What you got?
Lil Nas X from Montero.
God. Sure.
You say that like it's not like a great, super funny idea that everyone
It's.
loves.
I'm laughing.
You're manifestly not.
I'm
Can see you.
I'm laughing right now. You're a funny guy.
Can see you right now. With my own eyes.
Belly laughing. Literally belly laughing right now.
Terrible.
From the gut.
Terrible, nasty
The
man.
diaphragm.
Sarcastic.
Topical. Humorous. Gay. My 3 favorite things. That literally describes you and Morgan. That's my 2 favorite people in the whole wide world.
That's fair, I think.
Yeah, baby. I'm talking to you.
I want to DM again.
I want you to pick up Chris Estrad. So,
I am not going to do that.
okay, that's fine.
I look back at that campaign very unfondly.
We were on the precipice of something great.
We were on the precipice of something disastrous.
How
You
so?
don't know what was happening behind the scenes.
What was happening behind the screens? Enlighten me.
I was trying to assemble a Lego kit
Okay.
with all of the parts missing
No.
out of what I'm going to call like chopsticks and duct tape.
No. Here's what I was gonna do. Are you ready?
Yep.
I was gonna go in there. I'd kick a lot of ass. I was gonna find the skull of the dragon. Dimension door out. Put it back. Raise the dragon. Go back in with the dragon.
That would have been cool, but also I completely forgot about the dragon skull. And it was not going to be in the castle.
Oh, spoilers, by the way, Morgan. Shit.
Dragons in Curse of Strahd?
No, there's not. No, there's not. It technically gets a wyvern.
Oh, that's not so bad. Welcome back to Frigiphobia, the Neon Goblin playthrough of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. We are rejoining the party as they are setting out from Bryn Shander to head south into the spine of the world, the mountain range that separates Icewind Dale from the southern portions of Faerun. This is a Faerun campaign, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Pretty
know.
much all the
Yeah,
official
Faerun.
I don't know.
5e modules so far have been.
I bounce around in too many settings. Yeah, so they're headed to the mountains to seek out the origin of the rumors spreading of some sort of celestial object that has fallen from space, a meteor of some sort that a few sort of scattered individuals that live outside of the settlements of 10 towns and closer to the mountain range itself have also reported ever since this event, occasionally catching voices in their heads that they can't make sense of. They don't understand what is being said, but they are voices nonetheless. So, party, it is simple enough for you to make your way southward over the main road that first brought you to 10 towns, and then you sort of have to break off of the main path and cut through some very, very sparse woodland. This is, you can tell, might have once been a much more plentiful, deciduous forest, but as the rime has taken over, it has killed off the weaker trees, it has stunted growth of any new vegetation, and at this point it is a very sort of sparse environment. Much like at the end of, for those of you who are just as nerdy as I am, you know, after Frodo and Sam leave the town in front of Gondor and they're walking through the woods and Gollum's like plotting those woods. It looks a lot like that. No undergrowth or anything.
Nerd. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
I know,
you
that's like a
remember
hyper
something.
specific.
You remember something from the film versions of the Lord of the Rings, you nerd.
She read the book.
It is a pretty niche reference. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. Some very barren woods, and then the snowfall, there's the frequent snapping of limbs that are giving way beneath the snow that sort of piles atop them. Who is taking point as you try to scout out the location of this event?
I think it's Gran and Zadrin.
Yeah.
Arm in arm.
Indians Adrian.
I would like to take the time on the road to conjure up some masonry tools.
Okay. What is your artificer feature that allows that?
With the right tool for the
read you
job,
the
it
thing.
requires
Just because
1
I want to
hour
learn about this stuff too.
of uninterrupted work, and I can make them just with my other artificer tools. And they just,
Okay. Do you have to have any additional materials?
Nope. It's magic. Morgan, it's magic. It's
Okay, cool. Artificers 5e broken. We love it.
Because I can make
Cool.
a masonry.
The economy. They would break
That
the
it?
economy.
Is that all it
Absolutely,
takes?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It
Are
is
we
a long enough
taking-
trip before you get to the woods. Go ahead. What's up, Chris?
Are we taking our dog sled or are we all walking? Because I'm not wild shaping again. We got one dog now.
Mhm.
I'm not pulling you
It's up to
boys
you guys.
around.
Can we afford? I mean, look, we got a little cash. Can we buy some more dogs? Can we buy a team of dogs? We're gonna need
Yeah.
a race to name them all, but other than that,
It's up to you guys.
How much are dogs?
I
Dogs-
will mention that you are heading into the mountains where a
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
dog sled might have a lot of difficulty traversing.
Yeah, I was
So
about
you would
to
likely be
suggest.
leading whatever animals you take with you on foot.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Take
like a
that
hike
knowledge
to me.
however you will.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to suggest we probably could afford
Check.
to shelter them in Bryn Shander while we go through the wilderness.
Do so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
are we gonna walk or are we gonna hitchhike?
Snowshoes and is there
Crampons,
someone else heading south
yeah.
that you know of, Grant?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, then the snowshoes it is.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, with your snowshoes, it'll put you at a bit of a slower pace. I will say, in that case, if you're leaving the animals all the way behind in Bryn Shander, it will likely reach nightfall before you reach the foothills of the mountains. So we'll say still that you're able to finish your first day of travel without incident, but you will have to make camp on the road. So what provisions would you like to make to weather a night in the open, harsh climate of Icewind Dale?
Do we have a tent or two for the party, or do we need to buy that while we're at Brinchander? Because I only got a bedroll.
Yeah, I don't have a tent, so we should probably get 2 for everybody.
Okay.
3 and 3, yeah. Bundle up.
Yep.
Okay.
I can carry one.
Yeah.
I can carry the other.
All right.
I have an extra dimensional backpack.
Well, then you can
So
carry
you
them
have
both.
Well, in that case, hold on. It's going to fit. It's going to fit. It's going.
Toss 'em right
Oh, man.
there.
It's in there.
A
Thanks, man.
2-person tent is only 2 gold pieces and
Mhm.
weighs 20 pounds.
Right.
So
I
3
guess
tents, yeah.
3
I can
tents.
give up one gold.
So we all just do like 1 gold, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. We all do so.
Easy.
Is there any other equipment that you want to get before leaving Bryn Shander?
Do we have enough climbing gear and rope? Because we are
Climbing
going to the
gear
mountains.
and rope. Yes.
I got rope. I got climbing gear.
I mean, I have enough for me for sure.
All right. I'm gonna make sure I have it on mine. And then...
I have a torch, tinderbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the snowshoes and the crampons and the rope.
I'll take an extra set of winter clothing, whatever that'll cost, in case someone falls in water again.
Mm-hmm. Very good idea.
Well, who all is needing to buy a climber's kit?
I
Oh,
don't have one.
They're 25 gold each.
Oh, which
Mm.
I
kid?
also don't have that.
yeah.
You don't have 25 gold. How much money did you make off of the selling of the thing?
I don't personally.
Write it down.
There's a lot.
They
Yeah.
divvied up the gold from the cauldron.
Yes, that was 50.
So you
Each
have
person got
50 at
50.
least.
Oh, never
least.
mind. Yeah, I
And
guess I
then-
just must not have put that one in. But
Yeah.
All right, I can buy a climber's kit.
Yeah.
I already have one.
Grand cold weather gear is 10 gold pieces per set.
How much is how much is alchemist supplies? I might have to sell them in order to get some more clothes.
I would ask you to give me just a straight persuasion check to see how much of their street value you can get for them. That is sort of a particular tool that doesn't have mass demand.
Awesome. All right, so that is 15 plus 2, 17.
Okay.
Listen, I'm out for a long journey, and I have 6 gold and this alchemist kit, and I'm hoping that'll be enough to make this deal.
You're trying to trade it for something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to buy the winter clothing with. I'm 4 gold short, but I also have an alchemist
Grant,
kit.
I can give you 4 gold.
Oh well, never
Okay.
mind.
Yeah. Here you go.
That can be
I have not.
useful.
I have only spent money on rations. if you want, you know.
You still rolled really well on that persuasion, though, so I'll say you can mark the price down a gold piece.
There you go. I'll give you 3.
Anybody else?
I think that's it. that I
Everybody's got
need.
snowshoes. Everybody's got crampons. Everybody's got winter clothes.
Yes, Mom.
Climbers get winter's clothes. Oh, and then and we've already all 1 gold for the tents.
Tents.
Yes.
Remove. Got it.
Oh.
Good.
Okay. All right. You leave your dogs behind in Bryn Shander. You finish your day's travel. And around sunset, as the sort of endless white expanse of snow is finally broken on the horizon by the rising jagged peaks of the foothills, and then further in the distance, the actual spine of the world, You sense that it is about time to make camp, or you can push through the night. Which would you like to do?
Seeing the cold climate, let's make camp and stay warm.
So you've got tents. Are you making any other provisions against the cold?
Fire.
I can start a fire,
I can also start a fire.
but we need wood.
I also have wood.
You do?
No.
Well, we can go gather some.
Yes,
You
we
said that
are-
with so much confidence.
I do actually. I have a spare crossbow we can set on fire.
We could just
For how long?
gather some branches.
We'll go gather
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
branches.
we'll
Find out.
gather some branches.
Yeah.
Branches would be better.
Someone give me a survival check to gather fuel for your fire.
It's wisdom. I can do it.
Might
get
I aid them?
bonus.
Sure. Roll with advantage as you begin this group effort.
All right. All right. That will be a 19.
19. It's hard finding suitable timber,
Mhm.
especially since you're going on foot. You haven't pushed into the depths of the woods yet, but you're able to find what you feel would be a night's worth of fuel.
Okay.
Okay. So fire and tents. Anybody keeping watch for the night?
Oh yeah.
I can
Yeah, we'll take a rotation.
keep watch either the first half or the second half. After
Why
my
don't you
4
take-
hours trance.
You can take the first half, and then I'll take the next 2 hours, and then I'll wake up Wilhelm, and he can take the last 2. So that we
So we're always vulnerable the last 2 hours? Got it, no problem. Wilhelm is happy to do it, but I'm just telling you right now, Wilhelm's not a very observant fellow.
I have a pretty good perception.
There you go.
Well, you could take last watch then.
All right. I will take last watch.
I'll wake you up in 6.5 hours.
All right.
Alrighty. Who's on first watch?
Zadran is for 4 hours.
Alrighty. Give me a perception check.
All right. Okay, that will be a 19 again.
19. Okay. It is eerily still. The clear weather from the day continues into the night, so there's not even the whisper of snowfall to break the void-like silence that looms so heavy that it almost makes your ears ring, and you hear that sound of blood rushing through the vessels in your ears that's almost reminiscent of a distant shoreline. You very occasionally glimpse a sort of pinprick of light through the seemingly ever-present cloud cover, indicating the starry sky beyond that would be a beautiful vista if not perpetually kept from beyond your view by the rime of the Frost Maiden. Nothing unusual catches your attention for the first 4 hours.
Alrighty. I won't do anything particularly exciting, but I think he watched, so I'll just go ahead and wake Gran.
Okay.
Um,
Rand,
when I
go ahead.
oh sorry, when I wake up, I do get in my pack and grab my extra winter clothes, and I put them over Ozzy so he's a little warmer,
Oh,
and then take my watch.
Very sweet. Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. +6, come on. Oh, 16 + 6. So 22.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. All right. 22. Where is it? There we go. A couple of hours pass, the continuing stillness
Oh,
remaining silent around you. You hear the occasional crackle of the fire, and you have to restoke it a couple times. And then you begin to hear something moving, not terribly far off. You hear footsteps that crunch softly, evenly through the snow. Definitely a quadrupedal gait. You can tell that from your own experience in the dale. But you hear something else, something that sounds like two hard surfaces. Ooh,
yeah. Yeah, just breaking up
Yeah.
some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
But we've heard
Yeah.
we've heard it all.
Yeah.
You also hear what sounds like two hard surfaces dragging against one another intermittently. and the sound continues to keep pace with this quadrupedal gait. Give me a perception check. Another one. Actually, this would be, give me a nature check.
Oh, I roll another 16. Okay.
That's great.
That's plus 0, so it's just
Yeah.
a 16.
A 16 is still enough. It sounds like something is walking on 4 legs through the nearby trees, and every time it passes one, there's something hard knocking against the branches or the trunks as it passes. And it is coming towards you. Slowly, but it is coming towards you.
All right, I'm gonna try and like just sneak up towards the direction that they are, kind of trying to hide behind whatever dense vegetation I can. I'm not the sneakiest in the world, but you know, just to get a little bit closer. Actually, I'm gonna just use my staff and cast Pass Without Trace. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so I will still give you that stealth check, but so that's 13 plus 10 plus 1, so 24.
24. Okay. With unusual grace, you begin to pad your way in your snowshoes across the surface, and the sound stops. Let's see.
Oh.
You sort of peer around a particularly dense tree trunk, one of the oldest trees in this sort of sparsely vegetated glade, and you see a head slowly turn towards you, peering back at you.
Oh.
A towering, white-furred moose with bloodstains of various ages covering its feet, its horns, and its mouth. What languages do you speak, Gran?
I do. So I have the speak with animals, but I also speak Sylvan, which I think is most like.
Do you speak Druidic?
Yeah.
You hear and understand this creature as it meets your gaze and asks, "What are you doing in my wood?"
Oh, this is your wood. Well, we are travelers and we are just stopping off for tonight. I can promise you we will be awake and out of your hair first thing tomorrow morning. Is there anything you need from me in the meantime?
You watch a sort of pink mist expel from its nostrils as it gives a grunt of displeasure. "You do not sleep in my wood." And you watch a front hoof paw the snow once as it lines its body up to face you. It paws the snow again, lowers its head. And Grant, I would like you to roll for initiative for me.
Okie dokie.
Oh boy.
Fun.
Druid versus Druid.
Oh, I have a feeling it's going first.
Druid v. Druid. Oh my gosh, guys, these 16s
Oh,
are out of
yeah.
control. All right.
Check that die for weightedness.
It's one of the same ones that was rolling all those 20s in our other game. I probably do need to check it. I won't use that one again. What'd you get?
17.
17. All right. Let's have a battle map, shall we? Just for fun. Funsies.
Hey, does anybody remember how Gran died? Oh, a moose just murdered her.
Albino moose.
Oh, that's all.
She could talk to a moose that had just committed murder.
Yeah.
Well, we just found her gored body in the snow in the morning, so, who knows what it was.
Oh man, this is such an excellent token, but I can't use it because it's premium. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll use this one then. And he is a big boy. All right. What'd you get, Gran?
17.
He will go first.
Yep.
Because I rolled a net 20.
Mm.
Hmm.
only good when
All
we
right,
do
he
it.
is going to make his charge towards you. He's going to try and hit you with his antlers. With a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, that is going to be charge damage, which is 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw for me. Oh, that's extra damage. Just kidding.
Ooh, I got a 19 on my strength saving throw, though, even with my
Nice.
+0.
Awesome.
Very nice. So you succeed on the strength throw. Add 9 more points of damage to that. As it sort of impacts you with one of these broad-pronged antlers, not quite goring you. And then it is going to stay sort of adjacent to you here. And you are only about 50 feet away from camp. Just throwing that out there.
All right.
So that brings us to your turn. What would you like to do?
Yes, I would like to use my Staff of the Winterlands to plant my staff down into the ground and use the frozen tree form as a large frozen tree 60 feet tall of like various branches come out, and I will use the rest of my movement to start climbing up that tree and hopefully just yelling out, "Hey, help."
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Morgan, can you put your player banner on your battle map?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why are you so far away from us, Gran?
You said athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
I'll let you use
Athletics.
whichever one you want.
Okay. Nice.
Yes. I had dirty 20. I have to change this dice. It might be weighted, you guys. I'm not
Which skill
rolling
did you
below a
use?
15. Huh?
Which
used
skill
Dex.
did you use?
I use Dex.
Acrobatics. So
Yeah.
as you sort of plant the staff into the ground and this massive frozen tree begins to erupt out of nowhere, you just grab one of the thickest boughs that you see branch out from the trunk and are sort of whipped up into the air as it sprouts. You are now, we'll say, 40 feet in the air in this massive tree.
And trying to wake up my party.
Gentlemen, pardon. Slight trouble.
Everybody
with
give me a
the
perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Does anyone hear like an upset mouse? I don't know if I'm hallucinating.
Oh,
I rolled an 8.
Oh my.
I got a 16.
9.
I got a 17.
No, Dad,
Awesome.
5 more minutes. I don't want
Osborne and Zadrin, you are both sort of stirred awake by a distant Gran calling for help. At this point, we'll just go ahead and have all of y'all roll initiative as well, and I will get the turn order out.
Ah,
Oh, that ain't great.
Okay.
14.
not bad.
Gran, you had what, 17 on initiative?
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn? I think that is just your action and movement.
Yeah, as far as bonus action, I'm just gonna cast Healing Word on myself so we can, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Osborne, it takes half your movement to stand because you are prone as you're sleeping. What else would
Uh-huh.
you like to do?
Did Wilhelm wake up?
Nope.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna run out of the tent. I'm gonna step on his face as I go.
Wilhelm, as you come to from this rude awakening, you also hear a distant Gran
Okay.
calling for help.
Move that far. Can I see what's happening?
Not yet. There are sort of sparse trees around here. Once you get probably 15, 20 feet closer, you'll be able to start getting glimpses.
Okay. I guess that's it then
Okay.
for now.
You can take your action to dash if you'd like.
You're right. I could do that. I always forget about that. Okay. 20, 25, 30. How about there?
There you are sort of pushing through these scattered trees, and you do see clearly that there is a massive white moose with blood-stained fur staring up into the boughs of a strange, almost glassy-like white tree that does not look like any of those around it. Following its gaze, it's easy enough to see a massive dragonborn perched in the boughs of said tree, as Gran is sort of clinging to the branch, calling for help.
Why is she calling for help? She's just sitting in a tree for no reason?
I mean, you also see the giant white moose
okay.
that's covered in blood.
Okay, well then in that case, I will use a sorcery point to cast a cantrip as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the same thing I did last night. To make the fire, I'm gonna cast create bonfire underneath the moose.
Okay. Dex save?
Yes.
14.
That's my DC. So let's see. I don't.
Man.
Let's see. And it's a cantrip, so I don't think it hits at all.
Okay. I will say he doesn't seem particularly nimble. It seems like he just happened to be shifting his movement as you ignited the spell in that area.
Okay.
For what that's worth. That brings us back to his turn. As he sort of sidesteps, preparing to headbutt this tree, he instead sees this spark of flame, looks up and sees you. He will turn and back up a couple feet before charging you.
Bring it.
19.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that'll hit.
Uh-huh.
For... Oh, and let me not roll a d10. $29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Oh.
Alright.
I need you to give me a strength saving throw. I rolled really bad on your damage, Gran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Strength saving throw. Here we go.
You got this, Osborne.
Hey, I got a 19. I rolled a natural 20 for a 19.
Nice. Okay, you succeed on the strength saving throw. So even as he lowers his head, charges you, and there's this massive impact, sort of lifts you off your feet a few inches,
Yeah,
you
it
still
does.
manage to land on them, sort of with the breath knocked out of you.
Yeah.
It doesn't say he can't do his multi-attack if he charges. It's gonna headbutt you again.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
that's how I played the moose too.
They're frightening
This should
creatures.
also hit.
I cast shield as a reaction.
What does that make your AC?
It makes it a 21.
This will unfortunately still hit.
Ah!
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
The 24.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oof.
Sorry.
Oh
You
boy.
got it till your next turn, though.
Yeah, 21. Oh, yeah.
11 more points of. This is piercing damage.
Whatever kind of damage it is, Osborne goes down.
Oh no.
I'm unconscious.
Oh god, this is it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
The moose. That's
Not,
what
with
gets.
not a zombie.
Listen, there's a reason why a room with a moose is the most terrifying dimension. If you know what I'm talking about, you're real cool.
Gran,
Nope. Don't know.
you watch as Osborne sort of comes charging through the brush, sends this arcane flame that erupts next to the moose, drawing its attention, and it just charges him, impacting him and knocking him a couple feet back, and then goring him again, and he falls and does not move.
Oh boy. Okay. I am not going to heal him. And I am going
He'll just knock me down
Good.
again next turn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I can wait on healing you.
He'll just
I
hit
don't-
me again.
Yeah. I'm in a good spot right now, so I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. So he needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 18.
Okay, so he does pass, but he still takes.
He is a big meaty boy.
He is 8. Sorry, another D8, so 16. So he takes 16 damage, and then, oh, he's not pushed. Yep, he just takes 16 damage. So of thunder. Thunder
Okay.
and light.
As he does, you see a few like spider web cracks appear in his horns, and he swings his massive head to face back towards the tree and snarls at you. If a
And-
moose can snarl.
And I will say that the thunderous boom from this spell can be heard within 300 feet. So hopefully that'll help wake up some sleepy heads.
I'm wide awake.
I will say that being that loud and for that distance, those of you that had not yet woken up would wake up from that.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Zadrin. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that all for you, Gran?
I am gonna cast Healing Word, but it doesn't matter. I just do that on my own.
All
Zadrin,
right.
what you got?
Half movement to get up. Seeing that my tent companion is awake from that thunderous shock, I will do half movement, and then let's see. Can I see like through the trees of like a silhouette or anything that I could target to?
From this distance, there would be enough trees in between you and it that it would require a perception check to get a beat on it,
Okay.
which would be your action.
All right. Is there a spot within 30 feet that I can see, like towards the sound?
From your new position,
From the new position of, if I can move it, yeah. 15 feet, yeah.
I'll say you with your passive perception, you would be able to see a very small robed figure lying still on the ground at the base of a nearby tree, and sort of a sliver of something large that's moving beyond, but you can't make out any specifics.
All right. Bonus action, I will Misty Step 30 feet up. Not quite by Osborne yet, because I don't know what the big, scary creature is.
Okay.
Hopefully hugging a tree.
Sure. Are you trying to be like in the boughs of a tree or just at the base of one?
If I can pick that out, the boughs of the tree would be nice, so I can shoot down safely at a
Give me an
large scary
acrobatics check.
creature. Okay. Let's,
Just to see if you can magically appear and immediately have your footing.
yeah. Let's use you. No, let's use you. I'm glad I used you. Acrobatics, I got a dirty 20.
Easily enough, you're able to eye a spot, bonus action, Misty Step there, and immediately have your center of gravity under you.
All right.
From here, I would say you can see enough to see that it's a giant moose. It's got blood on it. Osborne is lying still at its feet, and there is a massive, strange white tree and something else large in its boughs that the moose seemed focused on.
Alrighty. I will assume it's the moose attacking, and then use my action to attack twice with my one bow.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, no hunter's mark because I misty stepped. First attack is a 18. Second
will
attack is a 12.
That will unfortunately not hit. I'm giving it one
Okay.
quarter cover just from the
Okay, no
trees.
problem. No problem. D8, so it's just the 1d8. That would be 8 points of piercing damage.
All right, takes it. And you hear a very angry, guttural sound come from this creature. Anything else?
Nope, that's my movement, bonus action, and then action. That's everything I can do.
Wilhelm, you saw Zadrin tear out of the tent in front of you. What you got?
All right,
Vulcan,
so
you're on deck.
Wilhelm, half of his movement to stand up, moves 15 feet here. Can he see his little buddy or not?
From there, it would take a perception check to try.
All right. I will attempt to perceive my downed friend.
That'll be your action.
Oh, well, in that case, there's no point. All right. Well, then I'll just move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right there. Hey, look. now
Sorry, I
can
don't
see
have a wooded map prepared. I
No
didn't expect to
problem.
roll this encounter. All right. From there, you have like a tree right here that you are sort of taking partial cover behind, but you can get a full view of what's going on. Anything else?
Nope. Unfortunately, that was my movement action, and my only bonus action would have been to travel this far, but I wouldn't have used the spell unless I'd known my friend was in danger. So,
Very fair. Vulcan.
Sensing danger, I would like to spend half my movement to get up. Don my shield and walk 5, 10, 15 feet and shout, "Guys need help?"
Yes, please.
I'm in a room with a moose.
They're right there.
Alden, you said that Morgan was nerdy earlier.
That's just cool. It's 90s cool.
What else you got, Vulcan?
Nope, that's it.
You can action dash if you want.
Oh, I use my action to don my shield.
Mm.
That's an action?
That's not.
It's
an
not
action.
a
It
weapon,
is an
so I'll say
action.
that
It
can
is an
be your-
Not in
action.
5e, it's not.
I've read the
Yeah,
rules.
what are you doing? Playing Pathfinder, dude? Dude, you have your
Well,
stuff.
you know what? Even if it is, I'm going to say it's your interact with an object.
Thanks, Morgan.
Yep.
I
I
will
was just saying I
dash.
slept in my armor because it's dangerous
5,
area.
10, 15, 30.
Yeah, if you don't sleep in your armor, too, be mindful of what your armor class is.
That's my question. Are you using Xanthar's guys rules or not?
Just for, well, I don't know what the specifics there are versus other rules, but if you sleep in armor, there's con saves. And I think we talked about that before, and everyone said they take their armor off when they sleep.
Okay.
They're right here,
Yeah.
player handbook.
All right.
Mhm.
I mean,
Okay.
if you're on watch duty though, I'm assuming you put it back on.
Yeah,
That's probably.
That's my assumption.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to
Yeah.
Rayston.
Rayston's just gonna get up as per usual. Go the 15. And yeah, dash action for sure. To get yeah, right up there with everybody else. Well, actually, we'll go here. I believe that lets me see the moose.
Yes, it only would have 1/4 cover from here.
Yeah, I am gonna action surge and take a shot with my bow,
Okay.
which
Bless you.
haven't had a ton of reason to use that so far, but you know, nice
Yeah,
to
it's a good time.
use your abilities every now and again. That is going to be a 19 to hit with the bow.
That will hit.
And since it does, I'm going to fire rune.
Okay.
So the moose is shackled with fiery shackles. It hates it. It is going to go ahead and take 2d6 fire damage in addition to the normal bow damage from the
Okay.
attack. And at the end of its... No, sorry, it makes the saving throw now, actually. That's a strength save.
15?
15 makes it. So it is not restrained.
Okay. His rippling muscle form powers through. Okay.
Yeah. So for now, it's only going to take the the damage. So 12 total.
Okay. At this point, you can see that there is the beginnings of fresh blood trickling from its nostrils and mouth, and it is looking enraged. You see the same glint of purplish white light behind its wide glowing eyes. Osborne, I need a death save from you, sir.
Fail.
Okay. Gran, keep in mind your staff trait, with this being one of those creatures.
Yes.
That brings us to his turn. He is not restrained. Gran is out of his reach, and he hears the approach of other foes. He will back up, get a line on the next ground level opponent he sees, which is going to be Wilhelm, and he is going to charge you. Whee! He doesn't really care about Osborne, so he's just going to run right over him. Ooh, What is your AC right now?
If I have no armor on, 11.
Okay, this should hit.
Yes.
Okay. That will be 16, 20 points of damage. Some bludgeoning, some piercing. And I need a strength save from you, please.
Strength save. Only a 13.
That just fails. You are knocked prone.
Okay.
And it will make its second attack at advantage with you being prone. This is considered a melee weapon attack. Should hit for an additional 9 points of piercing.
Okay.
9. Osborne,
Yes.
roll a D100 for me. This is a luck check. 50 or below, he tramples over you and you fail a death save. 51 or above, he misses you.
38.
You fail another death save, my friend, as this
All right.
creature charges over you to get to Wilhelm. Gran, it is your turn. You see Osborne being trampled upon by this massive creature as it also wails into Wilhelm.
Yep. Okay.
You are currently 40 feet up.
And I really need to use everything I have to just hurt the creature. So even if... Okay. So if I have disadvantage on attacks, what would that mean if it's a con save for a spell? Do you get advantage on it?
It wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, awesome. Then I'm just going to use my other 3rd level spell slot and cast Thunderwave again. So it's a con save.
Okay. 21.
Ew, fine.
Sorry. It'll still take half.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take your 2d8.
Yeah.
8 plus 7, 15.
Okay.
That is
Looking a little rough.
uh-oh. Didn't think about this. Oh no,
What is the area of effect for that spell, Gran?
So
15
it's
feet around her.
That's what I was trying to figure out, but it doesn't. It's good, except for Osborne.
Osborne's 20 feet
He's
away.
20
no.
feet away.
He's 20 feet away. Okay.
Well, what is the area of the spell, though?
Oh, I think I
'Cause
get.
You're 40 feet in the air, remember?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
So you probably couldn't have
Um,
hit her with either one unless you wanted to
Yeah.
climb down the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about how high up I was. So no, it's 15 feet from me. It's just a
Yeah,
self.
you wouldn't be able to reach it.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, that means my last one I didn't do either. I didn't even think about the height. Displacement.
We'll let the first one fly. We'll let that one roll, but this one, we'll need something else from you.
Then ice knife.
Where are you casting that?
That also has an AoE, Graham.
Because that will.
It does have an AoE, but it's just
You know-
creatures within 5 feet.
Go ahead. Make your attack roll.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would just Adaman would have to do. It's
And
like-
and the Osborne, your unconscious dying friend.
With 2 failed death
Hey.
saves.
Okay.
Make your attack roll, Grant.
I got nothing else, guys. So
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine
Look,
because
if
I
he
rolled
died.
a 2. It's fine. I rolled a 2, so that's an 8.
Okay. You sort of sling your draconic claw, sending this shard of ice, and it just sort of slips through your fingers. You almost feel an ethereal presence push it off target as it impacts into one of the nearby tree trunks and explodes into smaller shards that don't impact any of the living creatures below.
That's fine. I am going to start climbing down the
Okay.
tree. as
You
my
can
move.
either climb successfully with no check at half your movement, or you can make me an athletics to scale down full speed.
I think I'm going to try and scale down full speed.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can just jump the last little bit.
Why not take risks at this point?
Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fine.
Take a risk. Yeah.
I'm fine. I got 12.
Total?
Mhm.
Okay. You sort of dig your claws into the side of this strange arcane tree and sort of fireman's pull it down, but it's really uncomfortable because, you know, there's bark. You get a few splinters on the way down, but nothing
I
significant.
see splinters.
You make it down to the ground.
Okay. That's all my movement, so I'm done.
Bonus
All right.
action heals.
Yes. Good point. I can bonus action heals. I got a spell slot left.
Oh, meta. Oh, pigeon. Oh.
The Raven Queen wants you to heal this person.
You
All
can
right,
just say "Gran, help Osborne." That's a
Yeah, true.
That's a free action.
That is a free action.
You can just
Gran,
talk to each other in
Osborne is
character,
dying.
you guys.
Help Osborne. Okay. So I will whisper to Osborne, "It's okay. We're gonna be fine." And I will give him 6 HP.
Oh.
Okay.
It's okay. We're
Osborne,
gonna be
you're
fine.
conscious with 6 hit points.
As long as you don't get hit in the face with any flying ice shards, you'll be okay.
So
Admittedly,
I'm going
not my
to
best
adopt a mechanic from one of my other DM friends that I've been playing with recently. Whenever you are brought back from being unconscious, you have the option to, on your turn, do a free deception check to play dead. So none of the enemies on the battlefield realize that you are no longer an incapacitated foe.
That
like
sounds
that.
good.
But that will be on your
Oh, that's
turn.
on my turn.
Zadrin, you're
Okay.
going up.
Seeing Gran wave an arm, hopefully, and the moose is right at me and on top of Osborne, so I can't really do much. And hopefully Wilhelm will get to him before I do. Wilhelm will. I will just attack. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark, and then attack.
Okay.
Yeah, let me mark that off before I forget. Hunter's Mark. And then first attack is a natural 20.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
So that'll be the 2d8 and 2d6, because all dice are doubled, right? Yeah, all dice are doubled in that one, yeah. Where's my other d8? There's d8. Oh, not great rolls. I rolled 1, 2, 3, and 4. 8, 10, 15 points of piercing damage from the first attack. And then the second attack is a 28.
That'll hit.
Yeah. So that would be a total of much better. Ooh, that's a 6 and a 7. So that would be 18 points of damage. I rolled like
Ooh.
a 7 and a 6 on the second
All right.
attack. So
Ooh.
He is looking really rough as this volley of arrows all pierce into nearly the same spot in the side of his throat. There's just a gout of fresh blood that begins to spatter the snow in front of you, Wilhelm. Anything else, Zadrin?
I will stay where I am. So, and for reactions, like, Wilhelm, make sure Osborne's alive.
Okay.
Champion of Tempest, what would you like to do?
He stands up and he's going to touch his good friend Osborne and give him 10 HP because he's a paladin.
How?
That's his movement and half of his movement, his action. And so unfortunately, he has no offensive bonus actions. So he will remain standing there unarmored in front of a moose.
Okay.
I got you.
Vulcan. This thing is looking rough.
Away from them, you bitch. Aliens. Firebolt.
Do you have a mech to back that up, or?
Yeah, we would like the mech though.
I will say, Vulcan, if you want to come beyond this point in any direction, you can avoid the cover that he's getting.
I ignore cover. Half cover. Up to half cover.
Okay, spell sniper.
No, because of my arcane firearm.
Even better. Let me have it. What you got?
14.
That will just hit.
I know it would. I knew it
Oh,
would.
wait. You ignore the cover. Never mind. That'll definitely hit.
Badass. And I am going to light this mofo on fire. Sick. 14 points of fire damage.
Okay. Is that an area effect or is it just on the target?
It is firebolt. It is right on the moose. Right on the noggin.
All right. So as these arrows sink into the side of the throat and there's just this gout of blood streaming down its white-coated shoulder, the other side is impacted by this arcane ray of fire that sort of spreads across its face, and it lets out this terrible animalistic shriek of pain. Yeah. Vulcan, give me a wisdom saving throw.
4.
I'm going to say at advantage because of the barriers in the line of sight.
12.
Oh.
You are stunned for 1 minute as you hear this animalistic shriek turn into a almost feminine wail of pain. But as Vulcan stands there reeling, the rest of you watch as this massive creature falls to the earth with a thunderous boom. You feel the ground vibrate beneath your feet from the weight of its impact. And it is subdued.
I'm going back to.
Osborne. Go ahead. Osborne, you feel this vibration very strongly and nearly get clocked upside the head as it falls, but you squeeze by.
Yeah. I will jump down from my perch and examine the moose, not wolf, and make sure, see what's going on.
I want to give
Anything I can pick up.
11 HP to Ozzy.
I'll just chill on the floor.
How hurt are you, Wilhelm?
Wilhelm can lay on himself for 15, and he's 15 down.
Okay, I will cast Cure Wounds on you then. Yeah. Second.
Same.
How are you feeling, Ozzy? You cold?
Got a bit of a headache.
You get another 13 points of healing.
Perfect. Between the two of us, we get me back to full.
And use my second.
A little headache, not a big deal.
So Gran, what happened?
As I was keeping watch, I heard a noise in the woods and I went to investigate, and it was this creature. He told me he didn't like for us to be camping here, and I tried to reason with him, but it didn't work.
Gran, have you have you ever heard like a horror story before? Like a sort
Well,
of vampire, like a spooky ghost tale?
yeah.
So, I think from now on, it might be a good idea if instead of going off to investigate by yourself and being nearly murdered and then all of us being menaced by a giant moose, if we sort of grouped up and decided what to do, or at least maybe just didn't go off on our own into forests in the middle of the night.
You guys seem so tired and sleeping so soundly. I didn't want to wake anyone up, but
Oh, that's so sweet.
I hear your concerns.
It's Wilhelm. I agree. It's very sweet, but I would much rather not wake up to a.
No, yeah, she totally died in a scary story. Yeah, like just off on her own. Yeah, never heard from again.
Absolutely
Yeah.
trampled to death, Dragonborn. Which I've come to consider you a great personal friend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to wake up to that, Graham. So if we could just establish that as standard practice, I would be happy.
I will work hard. Yes.
Thank you, Graham.
Did I glean anything from investigating this white moose? Any weird?
Give me a nature check.
Okay. Nature. Is that intelligence I can add to? Yeah, intelligence. That would be a. Well, no, I'm not proficient in it, so that would just be an 18.
18. It definitely looks unnaturally large. It's not normal for moose will be aggressive, but they won't be outright homicidal. This one definitely seemed intelligent beyond a normal beast. Seemed violent beyond a normal beast. There was something unnatural to this creature.
Did want to mention
though it
that
still just appears to be a moose.
it wasn't. It was actually talking to me in Druidic and not Sylvan, like I would have expected.
That's troubling.
Hmm.
I will pray over this moose for guidance from the Raven Queen to, like, assuming it's Aurel's presence still kind of reaching her tendrils into nature and all that. I will reach on my divine deity to help get Aurel's presence out of it. So, kind of thing. Just try and, like, let it not come back like an cold White Walker. Cold
What's
Light
your
Walker.
spellcasting ability, Zadrin? Is it wisdom as a ranger?
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Give me a wisdom check.
Okay. Oh shit. I have the dice for this. I'll use this one. That'll just be a 12.
12. Okay. As you entreat your goddess to remove this alien presence from this creature, you hear her voice for just a moment in your head say a single word, a name. Ravison.
How would you spell that?
What are the rest of you doing?
Stunned
I'll
on
put it in chat.
Okay.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vulcan's just kind of standing there.
We gotta get
For a minute.
we still gotta get sleep.
Rayston, I do believe it is your watch, though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
In the theory, it's just that was a lot of effort.
Oh.
Yeah. After that, I'll get back to the trance and think about that.
Definitely some spells flew around. Probably gonna need to take a whole second run at the sleeping for the night thing.
Yeah.
We sleep in a little.
Get a late wet.
For the point of the mechanics, if you add an additional 2 hours and sort of sleep in the morning, all of you except whoever is on last watch will still get the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
Whoever is on final watch, you got your long rest before this fight started, we'll say.
All
So
right.
whatever resources, that's you raced in, whatever resources you expended in that fight are all you're going to be missing going into the next day.
Yeah.
But I do need everyone, as you are starting to get into higher elevations, for your night's rest to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Special.
It is at advantage because of your winter clothes and your preparations in
Yeah.
camping.
22.
You said a Constitution?
I did.
15.
19.
All right.
14.
16.
Okay.
15.
All right. Everyone, some of you barely managed to succeed and go into your next day without a level of exhaustion. Rayston, your watch goes by uneventfully from this point. It seems the sounds of this battle may have scared off anything else that might have become curious about your campsite. You were able to, those of you that desperately need it, finish off your night's rest. And I think that is where we will call it for this evening.
All right.
Woo.
We'll get to the really good stuff next time. Because this was fine. Not a great. Yeah, it was great. Good job.
It's great. Just the one player went down.
How bad?
How you feeling, Alden? How you feeling?
Oh no, I don't like walking around without my armor, so I hate getting attacked when I'm sleeping. Apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's like that time with Ford on the ship. Oh my god.
Well, yeah. I mean, that made sense, though. You know.
All
This one, I
right,
should have
well done,
stayed in my
everybody.
tent, putting on my armor, and being like, "It'll be fine." I would have been dead.
Just give it another minute.
Well, y'all did great. Goblins, thank you for playing. Viewers, thank you for hanging out with us and watching the crazy events unfolding in Icewind Dale. Make sure you follow us on Twitter to keep updated on all of our programming schedule. You can find us at Goblin Neon on Twitter. We also have videos posted on our YouTube. You can find links over on the Twitter page to all of our different platforms. We also want to say thank you again to Roll20 for being our fabulous sponsor for the evening. Obviously, you can whip up a battle map at a moment's notice with the help of Roll20's fantastic suite of assets. So thank you all for making all of this possible. We deeply appreciate it. And everyone else, we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Woo.